is just a short introduction to your Unit 6 folder. In Unit 6, you will see, as in the other units, an announcement at the top to let you know what you need for the unit. For Unit 6, you're going to need your own choice of art supplies. So for this one, you're getting your own choice. So you'll need to pick what kind of supplies you think you might need and what you want to use for the unit. You also will need your printer. There is a packet that needs printed. If your printer is not working, you need to call tech support or make other arrangements to print. It is a requirement that this packet is printed. You can use your school supplied printer to print that. If you need art supplies, remember that you have the video on how to obtain art supplies for $5 or less. The first item that you have in your Unit 6 folder is going to be your Unit 6.01 quiz. So you can use the read aloud if you like to, and that does have multiple attempts allowed. The second is you're going to get into your 6.02 final project. Now there's a lot of steps in here, but they're broken down across the calendar. So for this, you're going to have these items here. These are all going to be not turned in, but they are for you to review, and you will see those down below. They each have a due date, but that's just so you know when you need to review it by. So it's broken into 2 days, so May 9th you're going to do these, and then May 10th you're going to review these. The next thing you're going to do is view the video. These are student artwork from last year from this same student choice project, so you can review the final projects that were submitted last year to get some ideas. Please make sure that you don't copy the other students from last year, but use it as inspiration. Next is your document that you do need to print and start filling out. So this is going to be your final project student template, and you're going to fill this out after you have printed it. So make sure your printer is working so that you can print this. For this, it's going to be broken into multiple steps. So there's going to be step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and step 6. There's also a checklist in here that you can fill out the due dates on so you don't fall behind or miss a step. After that, you will see a couple more directions here that says to complete each step and post to the discussion. So as you saw, there were multiple steps here. So you're going to complete step 1, and then you're going to post an update to a discussion board. You're going to complete step 2, post an update to the discussion board. Complete step 3, post an update to the discussion board. Same with step 4 and step 5. And then step 6, you'll do the same, but you'll also submit everything to a Dropbox. All right, so once we get past the directions that you need to review and the video, you're going to see in the list of items your print and fill out. Now, this has a due date of May 10th. That does not mean that you need to turn this in on May 10th. That means you should have it printed by May 10th. So make sure you have that completed by then. Next, you will see the folder for the discussion. Then below that, you'll see all the steps listed. I've broken each step out, and these are just pages with a link to the discussion. But that way I was able to give you a submit step 1 due date of May 13th, submit step 2 due date May 15, submit step 3 due date May 16, submit step 4 due date May 17, and then submit step 5 on the 24th, and finally submit step 6 on the 29th. So your project is actually due at the end of May. When you submit your project, you're going to submit step 6 to the discussion. So you'll submit your packet, step 6, and your final project to this discussion. Ensure you only post one time for all the steps. So you're only going to make one new post in step 1. All the other times you post, you're just going to reply to your own post so that it stays in a string. Every time you post for one of the steps, you're also going to respond to at least 2 other peers by 3 p.m. that day. And that would be 3 p.m. on the day that that step is due. When you get to step 6, you will also turn your final project and packet into this Dropbox. That's where your grade will populate for the final project and the packet. Please make sure that you submit the packet completed and the final project completed. Incomplete submissions will not be graded. You'll receive feedback on what you're missing, and then you'll need to update that. When you go into the discussion, you will see these directions, and again, this is just the same directions. Submit updates to each step here. There are 6 steps to the project. Final completed project is turned into the Dropbox along with a packet, and you'll be posting updates for each step to this discussion. Incomplete submissions will not be graded. You'll receive feedback that you are missing sections of the packet or final project. You'll want to read those and turn in what you're missing. Ensure you only post one new post. All updates should be replies to your original post. So you're only making one new post and then replying to that original post for every update. Make sure you respond to 2 peers by 3 p.m. for each step due date. And then I have links down here again for you for all the different items that you'll need. Now, to go into here, all you're going to do is start a new thread. So when you click Start a New Thread, you put a subject, you put your information. If you want to add an attachment, you can add one. You can record a video or audio. You can upload. Any of those will work. Then you will click Post. So now you see your post. Now, you'll see this little star here. It says subscribed. It will automatically subscribe you to your own post. Make sure that this has the star next to it because you want to be subscribed to your own post. That means that up at the top, you'll get a little alert here that'll tell you there's a new submission or reply to your post. So when other students reply to you, you'll get an alert. Now, right here, we have our discussion. So we don't want for step 2 to start a new thread because that's going to start a whole new thread and it's difficult to find the threads after you have posted them. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on your own post and reply to your own post. And you will post steps 2 through 6 as replies. Keep that subscribed to this thread. And again, you can add attachments. Now the reason this is great is because you're only going to have one post here, and then all your steps 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 will all show up in a string here. So you only have to go to one place. Now after you do your post, you're going to go back to topic, and then you'll see how many replies you have, how many times it's been viewed. Now the last thing you want to make sure you do is you want to flag the thread. And that will help keep it up at the top for you as well. Just 2 extra ways to make sure that you don't lose your thread. Make sure to stay on top of those due dates. They are listed in the folder for 6.02, and they're also on your class plan. So up here on your class plan, you can see the due dates. Make sure that whenever you do get done with the steps and you're done with all 6 steps and you have everything completed, that you post your completed project and completed packet to the discussion. Then same stuff, post the packet and your final project and submit those to the Dropbox for your final grading. We will work on these in class for the month of May. So if you have questions while you're working through the steps, please bring those to class so that the teacher can help you out.